Hey, it's motherfucking time. I gotta do it. Cause it has to fucking be done. And I'm, I'm fucking fed up sometimes, man. Cause look, y'all know it. How much fucking bullshit can we fucking let go past us before we goddamn correct the shit? How many times can you see a nigga fucking up the situation, whether you in it or not? You gotta understand. You see somebody fucked up, then you fucked up. You see somebody getting fucked up, then you fucked up. And nobody is alone in this shit. If one motherfucker in the world suffers, then every motherfucker in the world feels part of that suffering some way, shape, or form. You better believe this shit. Now, that just happens to fall right into what the fuck I gotta say about this motherfucker you see here. Who is this motherfucker? This is an imposter. This here is a sick person. Now, what is he famous for? See this shit? Number one president. That's bullshit. There was at least 7 presidents in the Continental Congress before George Washington, starting with John Hanson. I'm gonna show you. Presidents before George Washington. Look, I ain't have to type the shit in. Boom. Like I just got done saying, John Hanson. Articles of Confederation. He signed the shit. The many U.S. presidents before George Washington. Look this shit up for your goddamn self. It's already out there. I ain't exposing shit. I'm just setting the goddamn record straight for niggas who might have missed it, or for niggas who already know but wanted to see that shit. Now look, we got this motherfucker here who they for one, we just showed that he's not the first motherfucking president. He's the first free Masonic president. And I'm going to show you how real this Freemason shit really is. Now, you can see this. We always see motherfucking statues of his ass. But the thing is, he wasn't a smart person. He wasn't educated. He wasn't the first president. He didn't have education. He didn't even have no motherfucking teeth. He didn't have sex with his wife. Didn't have no kids. She burned all their love letters. And so what I'm sure is they had a fucked up relationship. His ass wore makeup supposedly to cover up the goddamn smallpox that he had and got rid of, quote unquote. And he wore a fucking wig and semi high heel shoes. So we can put all that shit past us and say, well, shit, it don't matter what he wore if he didn't have no teeth. Well, okay, that's cool. And if he wasn't the first president, what the fuck is so good about his ass? Why the fuck you got his ass up here in the same goddamn pose as Zeus? Huh? This motherfucking Smithsonian apotheosis. That's making a motherfucker seem like a god. The apotheosis of George Washington. Now, the reason that they do this shit is simple. For one, we know that he was owned over 130 some slaves, and we know that those wasn't no motherfucking Africans on his motherfucking plantations. We know that. It wasn't even no Africans at the goddamn time that George Washington was motherfucking so-called president. It wasn't no Africans over on this motherfucking landmass in America. All that shit, all that, and don't get, I'm about to get it on, we're gonna talk about that later, but I'm not getting off track. wasn't any Africans over here like in slavery. The only Africans over here was the ones who came over here with the Europeans to enslave other motherfuckers. Get that shit right. Africans brought Europeans over here in the first place, showed them how to get over here and enslave the indigenous people. Now, George Washington's ass, who grew up British under the motherfucking British motherfucking law in Virginia, 13 colonies of motherfucking Britain. Those are the first 13 colonies. They all considered to be British colonies before they motherfucking switched over. You better believe that shit. And you better believe that all those motherfuckers walked around calling themselves British. And George Washington grew up wanting to be a general for the motherfucking British Army. And if you don't understand, British played both sides of every war, your ass is fucking slipping. And I'm gonna get to that. But as I'm saying about George Washington's funky, dusty, slave owning ass, another way you know that he had all indigenous and Indian, Native American, whatever the fuck you want to call them, he had only native indigenous people on his goddamn plantations. He had tobacco field plantations. Now we know that motherfucking the Indians are the motherfuckers that were on the goddamn sugar fields and the tobacco fields. And when you look at the motherfucking Caribbeans, that's where the sugar is. And you look over here, that's where the fucking tobacco is. Ain't no motherfucking African slavery. That's bullshit. That was us. The quote unquote African Americans. Y'all better stop calling yourselves that bullshit. You better motherfucking wake up. Now, back to what I'm saying again. Motherfucking George Washington was a raping ass nigga who only gets credit for acts of genocide. All his fucking only thing he ever gets credit for is being a general, besides being the first president, which we know ain't true. So he's good at killing people out there on land and raping women and even men and wiping out motherfuckers tribes. But other than that, what the fuck is he good for? Like, that's how sick motherfuckers really are. Look at the people that you put up. If you look at George Washington as a good person, then you're fucked up. Because George Washington probably killed some of your ancestors. And that's just fucking facts. If you live in quote unquote American soil, then chances are George Washington, you either were affected by him in one of two ways. Either your family was killed, or your ancestors were killed by him or his quote unquote army of men, or your ass is a fucking person who benefited off him killing those people. Now, I just happen to be one of the people whose family is native to the motherfucking Americas. So you can say I'm having a biased opinion. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you like it is. The motherfucking George Washington didn't do anything humane. He was not a smart man. He was not educated. He didn't write shit down. There's no quotes from his ass. He didn't have no fucking teeth. He wore high heel shoes. He wore a wig. He wore makeup. He didn't have no fucking kids. Couldn't even get his own self to reproduce. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he owned slaves. This man was the type of man that will rape your motherfucking mama and take your fucking grandma's house and kill your ass. That's what we talking about. And we got this motherfucker up here looking like a god, Zeus. We post his ass up. You feel me? We got Washington monuments. Motherfucking. What this is? Yeah. I was about to say, well, We got all these motherfucking monuments of George Washington. And it's time to let that shit go. I'm gonna be dropping a document about this shit soon. Got his ass on Mount Rushmore. Look at this shit. Mount Rushmore. All these motherfuckers. I'm gonna get on all these motherfuckers. Thomas Jefferson ain't shit. And that ain't what he look like. Same with this motherfucker here. All the fucking Roosevelts are fucking tricking y'all niggas. They all fucked up. All the Roosevelts is fucked up. And this motherfucker here, he's ahead of all this bullshit. But he right behind him for a reason. Because he's the real brains behind this motherfucker here. He ain't got no fucking brain in his goddamn head. Y'all better fucking understand me. Better fucking understand me. So shit. George Washington definitely ain't shit. This is part 1. And I will get to part 2. But be ready for that shit because it's gonna come quick. So motherfuckers ain't got no time to waste, no time to play with these motherfuckers. Let's get it. Most High never fright.